January 2026. The world holds its breath as U.S. Special Forces execute a daring night raid on Caracas's presidential palace. Under cover of darkness and storm clouds, Delta operators rappel from stealth helicopters, breaching windows with flashbangs and precision fire. Nicolás Maduro, Venezuela's defiant socialist leader, is wrestled to the ground, cuffed and extracted amid chaos, his regime shattered in hours. President Trump declares total victory from the White House, fists raised before roaring crowds, as U.S. Navy SEALs seize Venezuelan oil supertankers on the high seas, choking Maduro's lifeline to Russia and China. This isn't just regime change. It's America reclaiming its backyard from foreign meddlers. Enter Delcy Rodriguez, Maduro's vice president, sworn in as interim leader under U.S. protection. Parades fill Caracas streets with mixed cheers and jeers. The American ambassador watching closely from the dais. But the backlash is swift and seismic. In the Kremlin, Vladimir Putin slams his fist during an emergency war council, screens flickering with seized tankers and captured allies. Imperialist aggression blasts Russian state TV. Beijing's propaganda machines roar to life. Xi Jinping's stern portrait looms over headlines, decrying U.S. hegemony as Chinese warships cut through Pacific waves toward potential flashpoints. Advisors from Russia, China, Cuba, and Iran, Maduro's shadowy support network, are unceremoniously expelled, scrambling onto flights from a hostile Caracas airport. Oil flows grind to a halt as U.S. destroyers board behemoth supertankers, ziplines whipping sailors onto rusting decks. Yet glimmers of hope emerge. Rodriguez announces prisoner releases. Emaciated political detainees stumbling into sunlight, hugging families, a calculated peace gesture to de-escalate. But beneath the surface, shadows lengthen. Russian Akula submarines prowl the Caribbean depths, sonar pings echoing off American carrier strike groups. Chinese J-15 fighters scream over the Taiwan Strait in eerie parallel, maps linking Venezuela to Asia's powder keg. Ukraine's frozen front lines ignite anew, Russian T-90s grinding forward as U.S. ATACMS missiles rain down, NATO banners fluttering defiantly. Economic salvos fly, sanctions crater oil markets, rubles and yuan plummet on trading floors. World leaders huddle in dimly lit war rooms. Deep in Venezuelan jungles, Wagner mercenaries sharpen blades, Chinese drones buzz overhead, while U.S. SEALs cache weapons for deniable ops. The UN Security Council descends into shouting matches, vetoes crashing like gavels, a fractured world map pulsing red. Visualize the nightmare. Venezuela, Ukraine, Taiwan, South China Sea, converging hotspots where one stray missile could chain react globally. But why hasn't World War III erupted? Nuclear deterrence. Silos across three superpowers stand ready. The grim math of mutually assured destruction freezing fingers on triggers. Leaders pick up red phones. Back channels hum with urgent de-escalation. Handshakes over prisoner swaps, tense tanker negotiations at neutral ports. Still, the powder keg simmers. Proxy militias clash in shadows. Cyber attacks black out grids. Venezuelan refugees flood borders. Escalation risks spike if U.S. forces tangle directly with Russian Wagnerites or Chinese advisors, or if Beijing retaliates in the Pacific. Simultaneous crises stretch thin every hotline, every diplomat. Analysts peg 2026 WW3 odds at 15 to 20%, low but catastrophically non-zero. One miscalculation, one hothead admiral, and the world fractures. Earth from orbit, tension lines cracking the globe like glass. History whispers. Sarajevo 1914 started with less. Stay vigilant. Monitor the headlines. Peace hangs by threads of restraint, but threads can snap. What Flashpoint breaks next? Subscribe. Share your thoughts below.